if you make difficult decisions now, your life is going to be easy later. If you make easy decisions now, your life is going to be super difficult later. So I would come back home. I would do 3 things every single day. You know, I say this a lot. One of the biggest problems today in the world is to think. People cannot think. People do not think. People do not reason, right? We just believe in things for the sake of this one said it. One serious event that led to me actually wanting to build my own self-independence economically and everything else is...
Yo, it's me, Bongi, and we're with the Iron Gorilla Podcast 2717, and we're here with an esteemed guest, the 19-year-old millionaire, FOREX trader, businessman. I'm sure you've probably seen him on IG, the most wanted man in Cape Town, Kay Mavenge himself.
Good to be here, brother. First and foremost, thank you for bringing me on. It means a lot, actually, and I have to emphasize my gratitude and my appreciation because it means that you saw something valuable in me or my message or whatever the case is. So thank you very much, brother. So yeah, I hope we have a great time.
I'm actually quite excited to get you on because I'm sure we've referred to you in the podcast with Tolo. Sure. So the mentor that we spoke about is this young man over here. So I actually want to give you an opportunity just to tell us who Kay is, what do you do, and what do you hope for people to learn from this conversation?
Wow, okay, so as said again, my name is Kay Mavenge. I am a 19-year-old. I'm a businessman. I'm a young businessman, yeah. I used to play sports, soccer, chess, and that's pretty much who I am. I would like to consider myself as very intelligent. Most people do say I'm full of myself, but okay. But yeah, I'm a 19-year-old. Yeah, I used to play sports. I love reading. I love being out with people, connecting with people, networking, speaking to people. That's what I love, and that's pretty much who I am. Yeah, that's pretty much who I am.
That's fine. It's actually crazy. I think you're the youngest guest that we've had right now.
Yeah.
But the bank balance is
Yeah.
big. So I actually want to talk about Forex a bit.
Sure.
So, but before we get into that, let's
Sure.
talk about your upbringing.
Yeah.
You dropped out of school.
100%.
What is it about school? Because I noticed with the previous guests that we had, and by all means, it's not something that I've done on purpose or something that, but the people that are doing something different
Sure.
outside of school are the ones that dropped out and weren't enjoying school.
Sure.
What do you think that is about successful people that they just can't be in a classroom? I don't know.
Look, bro, the thing is with successful people, we're looking for things that serve us. So anything that does not serve us, we do not commit ourselves to because then it'll be wasting our time. So for me, instance, I had a lovely school career. I loved school. I was deputy head boy. I was on my school governing body. I was the SGB member. I was a deputy head boy. I was an RCL student. I loved my school career because it gave me, I've always been a leader, right? So it gave me that platform to express and lead people, those positions. So I loved it. And I was a top student, or one of the top students, you know. So I didn't drop out because school was difficult or whatever the case is. I just dropped out because the path where school was leading and the path that I want to go is two different things, man. Two different things.
And when did you realize this? What age were you?
Sure. What age did I realize that I have to take a different path? School-wise?
You were like, you know what? I'm done.
Initially I was supposed to drop out in grade 10. I don't know why I did not, because in grade 10 I could drop out. I don't know why I did not do that. But I ended up dropping out in grade 12, the first term, on the 4th of March.
You were almost done.
I was almost done. And that was the conversation that everyone was bringing me on.
Brother.
Like my mother was telling me, listen, bro, you're almost done, bro, just finish. Other people also telling me, my business teacher, Mr. Brandt, favorite business teacher, he was also telling me, bro, you're almost done, just finish. Friends and this and that were telling me, listen, you're almost done, just finish. But as I said in the beginning, I hate being told what to do. The biggest way to not get me to do something is actually tell me that I have to do it or I must do it. Then I won't do it at all. I have to do it based on the fact that I want to do it. You get it?
On your own.
So, yeah, 100%. So, into your scholar, it's just a matter of, yeah, man, it's just, and I don't want to be those guys who are going to say it wasn't for me. No, I love school, bro. I love school. I used to study every single day. But then I also then realized that, you know what, listen, again, it's about the path. If I do good in school, it's going to take me, it's going to take me to be a hardworking employee, right? Highly paid job, which is not what I want. Because I want my time freedom. I want my location freedom. And most importantly, I want my financial freedom, which in a job, I'm not necessarily going to have. And also, I hate being told what to do, which in a job, I am going to get told what to do. So if I went the schooling route, no doubt would have been an intelligent person who can show up at work, right? Do what needs to get done and get my salary at the end of the month. And most definitely take my company or whatever company I would work for to new heights. But then it wouldn't necessarily...
Making someone else money.
Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily make me happy. You get it? So the thing, to answer your question, brother, it's for the mere fact that successful people are constantly looking for things that serve them. School is one of the things that does not serve us. Now, don't get me wrong. In no instance am I saying that school is bad. I think school is good. It's a good thing. But I think the misconception that most people make is that the only important education that one needs is that is found in the confines of a classroom, which is not necessarily true. There's other education you need out there, financial education. Schooling and the whole schooling system is a traditional education. You also need to self-educate yourself, because traditional education simply means that, listen, in school, if we look at the school curriculum and everything that you're taught in school, it means someone sat down and decided, listen, this is what we're going to teach them, and this is what they're going to learn. Now, with education and information, you don't want someone else to control that, because they control what you know, they control the information that you have. With self-education, you can educate yourself by yourself and learn many other things and understand many other things. So that was the whole purpose of it.
And so where did this independence come from? Like where did that idea to be like, you know what, I actually like did you have any people that like pushed you in that direction? Did you have any mentors? Did you have any like parents or like?
The independence, I would say, it came from my parents. I grew up in a very blessed household, so everything I ever wanted, I would get, right? And that was my problem. And I know.
Problem, okay.
Exactly, and I know who has a problem. Like, who has a problem?
It's a nice problem to have.
Exactly,
yeah.
It's a nice problem to have, but it's not a problem that I wanted to have. Because I would ask dad for things and I would get them. I would ask mom for things and I would get them. The only difference was, listen, you have to work for it. But eventually I would get everything it is that I ever wanted. And that was my problem. So I sat down with myself and I was like, you know what? I actually need to build a life for myself outside of what my parents can provide for me. You get it? But even more importantly, one serious event that led to me actually wanting to build my own self-independence economically and everything else is when my parents divorced. Because that's when my parents divorced, bro, everything went down, bro. I went from private school to government school. I went from allowance every month, money every month, to zero. I went from eating whatever time I want to eat, from a full fridge and everything, to, okay, I'm staying with my grandparents now, so things are limited now. Now you only eat 4 or 5. The rest of the days, stuff like that. So that also, and I went from living in one of the top estates in the country to living in a gas. That's a whole different ball game, bro. So now I'm seeing guns a gas. Now I'm seeing knives a gas. So like, bro, no ways. I need to build my own independence. So it was my parents' divorce that also led me to say, listen, dude, you gotta pick this up.
At what age were you when you were ekasimo?
I came to Cape Town 2019. I'm 19 now. So I think I was, is it 16?
16.
16, 15?
So a lot of people say when you're in the ghetto,
Yeah.
for those that don't know, Kasi means
Sure,
ghetto,
sure.
right? It's tough to get out because of the influences and the people that are there, right?
Cool.
So you, as someone that has made it out,
Sure.
or that you could say you made it out, right?
Sure.
What advice would you give to gents that are stuck, that are like, you know what, damn, I want to get out, but I just, everything around me is like, yeah, because you've been there, you have the experience.
I'm gonna say one thing, but like it sounds simple, but it's not. Brother, it's a matter of mindset. And I know everyone says that, so I'm gonna go deeper into it. It's a matter of mindset, choice, and decision. Right? You know, the greatest thing that one can understand is that your destiny, you get to build that and decide that by the decisions that you make. Right? So Ekasi, bro, it's not the matter of the environment problem. I refuse to disagree. I refuse to agree. Yeah, I refuse to agree with that. Because many people say, oh no, it's your environment and whatever. No. It's first your mindset, brother. If you have the right mindset, you are going to have a different environment. Right? You get it? So it's a matter of they need to get their mindset right, number one. Secondly, they need to make the right decisions. Thirdly, they need to know exactly what it is that I want. I knew exactly what it is that I wanted. That's why you'd never find me in corners or at the spaza shops. No, because I knew exactly what it is that I wanted. And I think it also comes from understanding your greater purpose. I knew that, look, I know I'm in the Kasi right now, but this is not me. This is not where I'm going to go. I have this revelation. This is not me. Plus also, I think my situation is different. Although I was in the township, I've seen, a blessed life, and I wasn't struggling. I was just there because my grandparents stayed there, and I stayed with my grandparents. Yeah.
But then, for the people that haven't seen that lifestyle,
Sure.
what do you think is holding them back? Because you said mindset, but there are people that are genuinely from what I've met,
Sure.
there's a lot of people that are like, especially from the brotherhood camp that we went to. I met a lot of guys that are in different, I'd say different places in their life.
100%.
And they want to get out, but it's like so difficult just to break that barrier of like, I need to get out. Because I have my own hypothesis, but I haven't been there. So
Sure.
I just want to
Fair
get it from
enough.
you, because maybe you've seen it, maybe it's alcohol,
Fair enough.
maybe it's your friends, maybe.
Yeah, a part of the problem is the alcohol, right? The friends and whatever they catch up to. Bro, but you see, Bongi, I feel like I love making life easy. I genuinely believe that, listen, if you want to get out of whatever situation that you're in, I was our Puma, you're going to get out. You're going to get out, bro. I genuinely believe it. I don't, the thing is also, I take full responsibility and accountability to everything that happens to me. Right? So anything and everything that happens to me is my fault. So therefore, if let me put me in the Kasi with my mindset, I would say, listen, I'm here and it's my fault. I need to get myself out. I cannot blame other people. Because that's the problem with most people. They blame other people. Oh no, I'm here because of, oh no, it's Umama, no Koko, and everyone. We've always been here, so this is why I'm here. You're not going to go anywhere with that mindset. You have to take responsibility. You have to sit with yourself and say, listen, this is my life, and I'm going to get myself out of here. But you see, the problem, bro, with township people is that their mindset is never changing. They've had the same mindset since 1919, whatever. They never change their mindset. They believe in the same things that they believed in back then. They never change their mindset, And I feel like we all have 24 hours in a day, and if you compare the 24 hours, how I spent my 24 hours in the township compared to how someone else spent it in the township, you would see crazy things. Because I would see things. People would smoke, people would drink. People would come up with money for drinking events. I was coming up with money to go to networking events, to buy books instead of buying beers. That's the difference. So it's a matter of action and decision. That's the difference, bro, because I was not any different than anyone else, guys. I'm just a boy. I'm black also, right? Just a boy. We lived in the same places. We saw the same things. We're in the same environment. I just did different. I did everything different with my time. And time is a beautiful thing because if you spend most of your time becoming poor, you are going to become poor.
And the habits.
I was a VP chess player at the time. I stopped playing VP chess. I would
come
come back.
Chess. We should play chess one time.
we should. So I would come back home and I would hit the books. I remember my grandparents had a massive house, guys. So this is what I say. Although I was in there, you could clearly see that no. Umchitalona is not struggling. Like So
by this time, were you already trading? At 16?
I had no. The age should be 15.
15.
I was getting into trading, right? So I would come back home. I would do 3 things every single day, bro. There are times I would even sleep with my uniform, with my blazer, and my parents would say to me, "Listen, bro, you're gonna go crazy. You're always on your desk. You never leave in your desk." And I would sleep on my desk. I come back home. The first thing I do is homework, brother. I kill my homework. I kill the books. Done. Next, I'm on to chess. I do my practice. I study. Bro, those 64 squares on the chessboard are very complicated. You actually have to study chess, put in time and efforts and preparation, right? Okay, books aside, chess now. I study chess, done. I'm on the markets now. You get it? This is my 24 hours. I never left that desk. I would sleep in my uniform. Trust me, bro. My grandparents would tell you this. Kay would sleep in his uniform. Go home. Next morning, I'm going to school. Same uniform, Buffalo. Same one. I haven't changed it. I'm going. Because I spent my entire night productive, right? My entire night working on what I want, And you'd never see me outside. You see? So how can then a person with that mindset stay there? How? Compared to a person who knows all the weed spots, who smokes weed, who drinks, who's chasing girls. I never chase girls also, right? I'm 19 years old. Okay, actually, we should get to the part where we speak about that. I never chase girls. The thing is, brother, I said no to everything. Everything, brother.
Sacrifice.
I was sacrificing. And it's a beautiful thing because if you sacrifice things, you must sacrifice things of a lower nature to achieve things of a higher nature. All of those things are lower nature. Drinking is low nature. Having a girlfriend when your life is not even sorted is low nature.
Hey.
You get it?
Preach.
You get what I mean?
So
I had to get me right, brother. I had to get me right. And it was a conscious decision to sacrifice. And I'm always going to stand for, listen, if you make difficult decisions now, your life is going to be easy later. If you make easy decisions now, your life is going to be super difficult later. And that's the problem with people, with the mindset of people. Remember, there's nothing wrong with people, to be quite frank. It's the mindset. That's the mindset with people, guys. They're making wrong decisions, brother. Wrong decisions. We all have 24 hours. We all have the same, I don't want to say same money, but I truly believe that we all have the same opportunities. Many people will debate me for this, but I'm willing to change my perspective if someone can show me otherwise. But I truly believe everyone has the same amount of opportunities, brother. It doesn't matter guti usugapi. Doesn't matter. Because, bro, see, you guys, if you can spend money on alcohol, why can't you spend the same amount of money to buy books? I told you, I was buying...
And people spend a lot on alcohol.
100%.
Yeah.
I was buying books instead of beers. I was investing in how to speak to investors instead of, doing riz. Because I see the people now. We speak about riz. I mean, one day I met this other 15-year-old and he was asking me, listen, bro, do you have riz? And I look at him and I'm like, that's very interesting. At his age, I was not concerned about riz, brother. No, genuinely. Oh, maybe I was concerned about risk, but I was studying the reasoning of investors. Yes. So we're on the wrong track. And unfortunately, it all starts by taking responsibility and accountability. And this thing of blaming, that's why I say, Bongi, in my life, I don't complicate ththings. It's this and that's that.
And that's that.
Right? So if you want to be successful, you're going to be successful. This thing of saying my environment is pure nonsense, bro. If you want to get out there, I just showed you the mindset. The mindset. He's a 15-year-old, bro. He's asking me about riz. At 15, I was not concerned about riz, Bongi. No. I was reading books.
It's a distraction. I think it's social media, man.
100%.
Everybody's fighting for everybody's attention in some or other way.
Sure.
Either to sell a product or to just, flip and keep you distracted, because there's a lot of people that have different agendas.
Sure.
So it's actually funny that you bring up the risk thing, because it is something that, like, it ties in with the different vices that people have.
Yeah.
Girls.
Sure.
Right. There's alcohol. There's people have different vices. Video games.
Sure.
Porn.
Sure.
People have different. Did you have any vices that you had to overcome, or were you always just work? Because if I had to speak about myself,
sure,
it was gaming.
Sure, yeah, too.
I got my first PlayStation at 6 years old.
Sure.
6 years old. When my dad bought it, I was like, wow.
Sure.
And, ever since then, it was me and FIFA, and,
sure,
all this stuff. So, was there any vices that you had to fight to...
If I say no, the audience is not going to believe me, but I'm going to be honest. When it came to me building my life, I think, Bongi, and unfortunately, okay, this is just the truth. I wish I can say there was.
Speak the truth, bro.
But
I don't think you have to fake anything.
100%. So the truth is, I was so concerned on getting somewhere that I don't think I had the time to have vices. Does that make sense? And I understand, because people look at this and say, no, but everyone has. Okay, but that's your journey. That's your portion. I'm telling you about my life now, right? I was so concerned about getting somewhere. I was so concerned about getting somewhere. Funny enough that you mentioned a PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 4 my father bought for me. I would only play it on holidays. Only played on holidays. And back then I had a cousin who was almost finished the school, or he was in grade 12. And he would really love to play it like all the time because he's got free time. You get it? But I would say, nah, bro, I don't want to play, bro, because I'm busy or I'm productive. I need to get somewhere, right? The problem, again, is most people think, Uguti koniskati, you've got time. But that's false, bro. No one has time. You don't have it, you don't own it, you cannot control it. So the idea that you think, Uguti, you have time is a joke. There is no time. There is no time, bro. There is literally no time. So, yeah, to answer your question, no, bro. To be honest, I did not have vices, bro. I needed to get somewhere. I was focusing on getting somewhere. So I did not have time for that.
One thing that I noticed about you, bro, you have a crazy work ethic.
Sure.
From what I'm hearing, your story and everything.
Yeah.
Was there any books that you read on this, or was it just something that was inherently there? Where did you learn this?
I think it's a bit of both. Yeah, I would like to say it's a bit of both. So I also learned it from my dad. My dad was always productive. My dad was always productive. He was always doing something, right? He was always doing something. He was always reading some book. He was always somewhere doing something, whatever the case is. So I think I saw that. I learned that like by seeing. I always say that kids don't necessarily listen to what you say. They listen to what you do. In the sense that listen.
Monkey see, monkey do.
100%. It's a monkey see, monkey do thing. So I learned that from my dad. My dad had a book. He had an office, and in the office he had a book. What do you call this again? A bookshelf. Yeah, and many books. So yeah, from the very beginning stage, my dad got me into books from a very young stage. The first books that I read were story books. I think that was just to...
Imagination.
Yeah, my imagination. Yeah. And then my dad taught me a lot of stuff. He was literally like my teacher. Before I've actually never told the story, but before I even went to grade R, or before I even went to school, I already knew my ABCs. I already knew how to pronounce words. I already knew how to read, because this is what my father taught me at a very young age. And he taught me many other lessons growing up also, which I'll be forever grateful for. But anyway, back to the question. So yeah, I read books, yeah. My dad got me into storybooks. I don't remember the stories of those books, but then later on, around the age of, I think, 12, 13, 14, my dad got me into leadership books. John C. Maxwell. Yeah, so I read John C. Maxwell, Leadership 101. I read John C. Maxwell, Attitude 101. Yeah, I read a lot of John C. Maxwell books. I also read Simon cynic books, I think, yeah. Most of them my father's books that he bought or whatever the case is. Because my father is very educated in terms of, I don't think school-wise per se, but I'm not quite sure about the school-wise. But I mean, intelligence. Yeah, he's a very intelligent young man or old man or whatever. So, yeah, man. Yeah, those books.
Are you and your dad close?
Very, very. It's so long. Should I hit on that now? So, listen.
It depends how deep it is, but
it's deep, but no, you know what? People must learn. So I had, you know, I'm not sure if you guys know of Patrick Bet-David. Mm-hmm. So Patrick Bet-David has a philosophy or an ideology, better word, an ideology. And his ideology is every son goes through 3 phases with their father. I'm not saying this is true. This is true for me because I've seen it in my life. These are the 3 phases. Number 1, you like to think of your father as a hero. You get it? Mm-hmm. Number 2, you demonize your father. Number 3, you humanize your father. I went through all of these 3 stages. You know, when I heard Patrick Bet-David speak about that, I sit back and I was like, wow, amazing. And let me show you. Bro, in primary school, growing up or anything, my father was my hero, right? If I ever needed anything, I know who's going to show up, right? And there's a lot of lessons I've learned from my parents. First of all, my dad would always say to me, listen, if you tell me the truth, and it's something I stand for right now, I can stand for you, but I have one condition. The condition is you have to tell me the truth. Because if you tell me the truth, I can defend you properly, and I cannot get blindsided. You get it? So you tell me everything about the truth and I'll defend for you. And I'll defend you, right? An instance of this was one day I got into trouble at school and I got my principal called my father, right? Now it was a private school. I was friends with the owner's son. So every time I get into trouble, as long as I get into trouble with him, I know that I'll be fine. So anyway, now, just before bro, there's one thing my parents hate because my parents were very busy people, productive people. First of all, my mom was in and out
of the country.
Yeah, country or province, whatever the case is, right? And my dad they hated one thing, bro. They disliked one thing: being called to school. Because in my father's eyes, you're telling me that I must stop what I'm doing, stop my meetings, stop whatever I have going on, and come and attend to your stuff at school. He did not like that. But anyway, regardless of him not liking it, he would tell me, listen, we're about to enter your principal's office. I remember that day so vividly. It was a door like this also. We're about to enter. Saying, we're about to enter. Tell me everything now. Tell me the truth, and no matter what, I would stand for you. That's one thing my parents have taught me, right? Another thing is that my parents were, my mom was a woman of her word. My dad was a man of his word. If Ubaba looks at me and says, listen, Masfika Kaya, I'm dealing with you. You did something wrong. I'm giving you a hiding. Trust me, when I got home, I was dealt with. If Ubaba says, listen, tomorrow I'm going to get you this, or I ask for something, you're going to get in an hour. In an hour or tomorrow, his word is going to show up. Right? So that was the first stage of my relationship with my father. I made him a hero. I loved him. Made him, and he was my hero. I would brag about him because he was, I would brag about him to my friends, particularly when I went to a government school. Government school, it's so easy to be popular because when I went to a private school, I was humbled. I went to a government school first before I went to a private school. Government school, I was that guy, right? Because I come from a very blessed family. I don't like to say the word rich because I feel like that wouldn't be necessarily true, but I also feel like it takes the glory away from something that I deeply believe in, which is I'm a believer. I'm a believer, Bongi. So I do believe 100%. So saying rich, I feel like it takes away the glory. So anyway, cool. So in the government school, bro, I was basically that guy, and I bragged about my father a lot. Because even when you would come in, you could see that, it's a different level. If my father's picking me up, you could see that, hey, by the way they dress. Like a fancy car? Or? No, my parents never had fancy cars per se. I wouldn't call them fancy. Nah, No, I wouldn't call them fancy. But anyway.
Okay, we'll talk about cars just now.
So yeah, man, I would brag about my father a lot and everything. And so that's stage number 1. My father was my hero. Brag about him, talk about him, everything. Stage number 2 was when I demonized him now. And this was when my parents divorced. I wouldn't say I blamed him for everything, but I wanted nothing to do with him. This is stage number 2. So stage number 1, he's my hero. Dad did this, dad, that. I speak about him. I have no problem. I'm not ashamed of him. Stage number 2, I demonize him. Right? I didn't blame him, but it was a matter of, listen, I want nothing to do with you. Because how can you do this? Right? How can you you and mom are divorcing now. How can you do this? You guys have been married, 13 years or 15 years, I think. What's fascinating about my parents' marriage is I never saw them fight once. So when I heard that they were divorcing, I'm like, hey, man, where was all of this happening? Because I never saw it. I think which was a good and a bad thing. I mean, okay, cool. Don't argue in front of kids.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think it was a good and a bad thing. So cool, man. So then I demonized him. I was like, listen, bro, how can you do all of this?
Out of nowhere.
So I want nothing to do with you. Demonized him. The last phase now, which is where you humanize. Where humanizing, you basically sit back and you're like, you know what?
This person has mistakes.
This person is a person. And a part of that revelation was because I met a brother. I'm very grateful for you, brother. His name is Mr. Moni. Very grateful for him. We actually born on the same day. And he told me, listen, you should prioritize your relationship with your father. And because I'm a person who takes full responsibility and accountability, right, when I'm wrong, I do apologize. Like if I hurt you, I say, listen, Bafo, I made a mistake. So then that was the humanizing phase. I then understood that, listen, you're human. He makes mistakes. So then, yeah. So those are the 3 phases I went with my father, bro. At first, he was my hero. I demonized him, and then I humanized him. Now my relationship with my father is okay, but I generally do think it is where it needs to be. Yeah. So it's okay where it is. So I last spoke to him, I think he flew to Cape Town and then was supposed to have lunch, but I'm not sure why we didn't have lunch. But I last saw him last year when we had lunch. And then I think I last spoke to him. We last spoke, I think probably months back. But I won't lie to you. I have nothing bad to say. Everything I am because he is. Right?
He taught you a lot.
He taught me a lot. I learned a lot from him. And I'm not sure if I've told him this before, but I feel like everything that happened. And it's good that it happened because I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be the inspirational person that I am because I wouldn't have stories to tell. I wouldn't have lessons that I have learned. So everything happened perfectly. I'm glad everything happened.
The way it was supposed to.
The way it was supposed to. God's intended plan. So I'm fine with it. And so the relationship is okay. It's not the best. I speak to him now and 4 months ago. But I'm perfectly fine with the way it is.
Okay, 100%. So cool. Does he know what you do?
In terms of FOREX-wise?
Yeah.
Business-wise? Yeah, he knows, but I didn't tell him. He found out, I would like to believe.
Why is this?
It's kind of like when I dropped out of school, he didn't know. I remember he sent me a message. I don't know who told him I dropped out of school, but he sent me a message, and the message was like, I've come to accept that you don't want to continue with your schooling career or something like that. Now, look, with all due respect, like I say, this is who I am. One of the things of who I am is, I like I said in the very beginning, bro, I cannot be told what to do. So whether or not you accept it or not, I'm still going to do what I want to do. You get it? That's the person that I am. So yeah, that was his message, I think, long back, yeah. But yeah, so he does know what I do. He did give me a shout out. He said he's proud of me, which is cool. I appreciate that. But what did you expect? You get me. Yeah, I was. That's the thing. Generally, he said he's proud of me, and I'm happy. And my mom tells me she's proud of me. But the point is, guys, what did you expect? You raised me. You put these values within me, right? I grew up knowing Kaya. You don't go home in your last place. As a civilians, when you go out there, you hit, and you show yourself, and you be an example, and you put the family out there. This is the lessons that my parents gave to me. Some of the lessons they gave unintentionally, like they didn't know that they were teaching me this, but I picked it up.
Through actions.
Through actions, exactly. 100%. Because my parents have good reputations and stuff like that. So I always knew that, hey, Baba, when I'm out there, I need to, I need to do something. I need to show up. I cannot go home last place. In this family, we take first place. You do something, you win. So, yeah, brother.
Okay, so then where did Forex come into the picture along these lines? So you mentioned that it was kind of a habit that you had.
Yeah.
Where you would study, so you had school, chess, and then the markets.
100%.
So
Forex came in when my parents divorced, because I need, like I said to you, I came from private school to government, top estate, luxury estate to thingy. I went from flying private almost every 3 months or every month to flying. Now I'm flying with the other people. Peasants. I went from having holiday. If we're on holiday, we'd go to another province for holiday. I went from, having the most amazing life experiences to having almost everything taken away from me. I went from having a credit card at a young age to saying, hey, it's gone now. I went from those type of things. So,
wait, so you guys are actually rich, bro.
Nah, bro.
Let's be honest, you had a credit card.
Bro.
At that age, bro, that's what the kids in these rich schools have, bro. Like, that I see around.
Nah, bro, I wouldn't. The thing is, bro.
Blessed, but
I like to say blessed, man. Blessed. Because my parents were very hard workers. They gave me an amazing life. So I don't like to say rich.
Don't you think that platform helped you with Forex?
I will speak about that. So, let me answer the first question.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
But what is the first question again?
How did Forex come to?
Okay, so I needed a way to get myself back that life. I want to fly private. I want to eat it wherever I want. I want to have all of these amazing experiences. I needed a way to get myself that life. Funny enough, I'm not quite sure exactly how I stumbled on Forex per se, or trading in general. I think it was just something, maybe you would say it was popular at that time. I don't know. I don't know how I stumbled on it. But I stumbled on it and I started learning. Quite frankly, I started with binary options at the time, trading on IQ options or IQ broker at the time. Back then, I wasn't even trading. I was doing stocks. Yeah, I remember investing in Virgin Galactic stocks, or Virgin Active, or Virgin Galactic. Yeah, Richard Branson's company. Yeah. I remember investing in those stocks. I remember investing in GameStop. Yeah, things like that. Netflix, things like that. That's what I was doing. More long term. But the thing is, I wasn't doing it long term. I was doing it short term. Because I would put 1,000 rand, and then at the end of the week, I've made 400 rand from my 1,000 rand. You wouldn't necessarily call that long term, Okay, yeah. So that's how I stumbled on Forex.
Medium.
Yeah, that's how I stumbled on Forex. Yeah.
And then you were like, nah, I need to make money faster.
100%.
So then, how did you stumble across your strategy that you're currently using?
Oh wow! Listen, brother, that one stumbled when we started a business, or before. So I learned Forex that way, right? Which was, like I said, I've always been one to take responsibility, right? It's, this thing that I'm doing, it's not giving me the money. It's not working. There must be something wrong. If someone else can do it, I can do it. I'm not less intelligent than anyone else. If you can do it, I can do it. So then I started to study the markets by myself, right? So, like I say again, I'm not a believer of, listen, the way things have always been done is the way things should continue to be done. I think that's false. Because if we continue to do things the way they've always been done, we're going to get the same results. So to do different results, I must think differently. I must do something different. So I studied the markets. So whatever it is that I was being taught, or whatever it is that was out there, I did the opposite in terms of I actually broke it down. I say this a lot. One of the biggest problems today in the world is to think. People cannot think. People do not think. People do not reason, right? We just believe in things for the sake of this one said it, or believe in things just for the sake of, like indoctrination, bro. Right? People don't think. When we enter into the world, we enter into the world with set beliefs. right? That have been formed from other people or anyone. I'm the type of person to say, okay, I'm not the type of person, if you tell me something, I'm the type of person to sit back and say, okay, why yenzwa kanje? Why must I do it this way? Why can't I do it my own way? You see? And it's fascinating because my father used to always tell me, curiosity kills the cat.
Right? And that's what a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah. But I think out of the most toxic teachings my father ever gave me was that one. Curiosity kills the cat. I think you must be curious. Must be curious.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, but I don't think he was telling me to not be curious. I don't know. But I remember him saying, listen, curiosity kills the cat.
Perhaps in certain things.
That's true. In certain things. Because, bro, I ask questions. And that was my problem growing up. Yes, growing up, people would always say to me, Kay, you have a big mouth. One day it's going to get you into trouble. And to be fair, my mouth always gets me into trouble because I say whatever it is that I want. I only have one condition. I make sure that it's respectful because I'm a respectful young man. I'm a gentleman. But I say whatever it is that I want. I do not have any filter. So, yeah, brother, so that thing of me stumbling onto my own strategy, like I say, I'm that type of person. I want to figure out why Ian's Oranje. Why is it this way? Why can't I do it like this? So you position something like this. I want to do it my own way. That's how I stumbled across my strategy, my curiosity. I was like, no, man, I don't believe that. For example, you're a trader, so you're going to understand the language I'm about to use. They say to trade long term, you need a higher time frame. I was like, no, man. No. Why? Why can't I use a smaller time frame? Why? Yeah, so I'm that type of person. And if you ask the right questions, you get the right answers. That's the problem with people in society today. You're not asking the right questions. That's why you don't have answers. So, yeah.
So as a Forex trader, what other questions that a person should ask?
When it comes to you learning?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to answer that question, but I'm going to answer it a bit differently. I think when it comes to learning anything, right, be it Forex or whatever the case is, or I don't think there's necessarily questions that you should ask, but you need to do three things, right? First is to accept that you know nothing. I call this my bulletproof for achieving greatness. First is you accept that you know nothing. Why do you have to be at that position, accepting that you know nothing? Because when you accept that you know nothing, you sit down and you say, okay, I don't know this. How can I get to know? How can I get to find out? That's number one. Secondly, you must be willing to pay the price, right? Because information, particularly the right information, comes at a cost, comes at a price. You have to pay school fees. Thirdly, you need to find a mentor. I switched those up, by the way. Number two is you need to find a mentor. You need to find someone to learn from, someone that has achieved what you want to achieve so they can show you the way. Starting anything and saying, listen, I'm going to do it by myself is an uneducated thing to do.
Yeah.
Because mentors are basically, they shrink your work. It took me 3 years to learn how to trade and to learn how to do everything correctly. People I mentor can do it in 6 months, 3 months. You get it?
Yeah.
Because why? Because everything has been shrinked. Because the mentor can be like, Bongi, maybe perhaps you should think about it this way. Don't go left. If you take left, there's many other turns and many other routes. If you take right,
you're done.
Bob's your uncle. You get it? Exactly. So, yeah, man. So those are three things that people should want to do. First, accept that you know nothing. Second, find a mentor. Thirdly, be willing to pay the price. Yeah. And you cannot have a problem with paying the price because, I mean, if someone can buy a shoe for 3.5, why can't you buy... that's the thing. Back to the issue about the township. That's the problem. They wear the most expensive clothes. You're wearing Fabiani, you're wearing all of... I mean, look at me. I don't even wear Fabiani stuff. But that's what they're wearing. But you can't invest in your education. No, man. No. So, yeah, I believe I answered your question, yeah.
Shift the mindset.
Yeah.
Gee whiz. Okay. So I'm catching on now.
Yeah.
So you were very diligent. You wanted to know everything that there is to know about the market.
100%.
You studied it. 100%. That's how you became the person that you are.
100%.
What sets you out? What makes you different from other mentors? Because I know you sell courses as well. Speaking as a customer, or client.
Well,
Yeah.
what makes me different from the other mentors is I'm not a lifestyle person. I'm an entrepreneur, Bongi. I don't have to. I mean, the way you stumbled on my course, I never convinced you that you should buy it. You know. And secondly, I'm a general trader. I trade. I'm not a lifestyle person, right? So I don't post cars and convince you that that's the life that you're going to have, like what's happening online. I mean, if you look at my Instagram, there's particularly nothing. If you look at other traders' Instagram, there's cars and whatever the point is, because they're trying to sell you a lifestyle, which, you know, everyone has a problem with that, but it's business. There's nothing wrong with it. Why are you so gullible as a person?
Marketing.
You see, it's marketing. They're smart people. They're doing business. I just don't prefer to do it that way. So what makes me different is the fact that, listen, when you actually invest into us and you learn from us, you're actually going to learn an actual skill, right? And yet again, it's going to be your choice. And there's nothing else I can use to convince you. People who learn from me because they see something. They didn't see a car. They didn't see money. They didn't see this and that. I mean, you for yourself, you know? Yeah. You can speak for yourself. So yeah, that's the thing, bro. I think that's the only thing that makes me different is the fact that, listen, we have actual information on the markets that you can actually achieve something. And I actually care about you as a student to get you somewhere. Yeah, that's what I would say.
You say that what makes you stand out is that you're not flashy like other traders.
100%.
But why do you think so many people gravitate towards those traders? Because, I mean, yeah, like a lot of people say Forex is a scam.
Sure.
A lot of people say, you know, like, why do you think people gravitate towards them?
Yeah.
And they don't see traders like you, for instance?
Well, very good question. First of all, I'm going to hit the point at Forex being a scam. Look, I have two things to say about that. Firstly is that Forex is not a scam. People use Forex. They use Forex, right, to scam people. I'll put it to you this way for the audience, right? If I give you a gun, right, and you're a terrorist, bad for the country, you'd agree? If I give that same gun to a military man, good for the country. You agree? So is the problem the tool or the person behind the tool or the person using the tool? It's the person. So Forex was never a scam. It never will be a scam. The scam is some of the people that are using it to scam people. And also, someday we must sit down and also discuss what is a scam. Because I've had instances where I've also been called a scammer when I've done nothing wrong, right? So that's the first thing. Forex is not a scam. Secondly is belief, bro. Everything is about belief. If you want to believe it's a scam, you're going to find all the reasons to validate that belief. And if you want to believe that it's not a scam, you're going to find all the reasons to validate that point, right? Now, as for the question around why do people gravitate more to those traders than traders like us? So let's just compare us. My lifestyle is pretty much private, right? I don't post anything on social media, right? Not really. I would like to think I don't post anything on social media. I also don't market anything. Why? Because I make my money from the markets, right? Secondly, people gravitate to those people that show lifestyle things. It's because that's what people are enticed. That's what they want. You know, that's what you want to see. You want to see the cause. That's why they show it to you. You know, it's business, quite frankly, right? In order for you to make money from other people, you have to convince them that you're also making money. That's a way of you guys being convinced that they are making money. Some are, some don't. But I don't quite understand what Forex has to do with cars.
I think it's the lifestyle.
Yeah, it's the lifestyle.
That's why a lot of, for me, for instance, I don't like telling people about that I trade in.
Sure.
Because then automatically they think, quick money.
Sure. Sure.
You know, so it's the stigma attached to that.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
That the word even.
Sure.
Like if you say I'm a trader, so
sure.
Automatically they're thinking, how much money do you have? How much money do you make?
100%. So I mean, it's a wrong view from their point, because what you believe is not serving you, why not change it? You guys are going to the lifestyle traders, but you're not making any money. I have so many clients who come to me and say, listen, I've been with those traders and I'm not making any money. And this is not me putting bad or saying bad or anything. I'm not going to mention names, right? I've been with them and I'm not making any money.
Names,
no ways. No. Now I need to respect those that are before me. But anyway, look, listen. So I've been, most of my clients tell me I was with this trader and I wasn't making any money. And my question is, what do you expect? You went there because you saw cars. And they give you that. I mean, it's also personal branding, bro. That's how everything works today. If I can convince you that I'm making money, you're obviously going to do something, you know? That's why they sell their courses and sell everything. Which, by the way, I don't understand why people have a problem with selling courses and have a problem with what they're doing with their lifestyle. It's business, right? It's business.
But the reason why it's a scam is because you're promising this person that they're gonna make money from your course.
Sure.
And it's selling a lifestyle that
sure
maybe isn't attainable through that specific course, or maybe it's selling lies.
Sure. Well, you see, now that's a scam. If someone tells you, listen, let me use an investment, for example. If someone says, listen, invest 10,000 rands and you're going to get 50,000 rands, that is not a scam, right? Because that is possible. If they tell you, go to listen, Bongi, I'm going to do it, and you're not going to lose money, and they don't do it, then okay, I've lied to you. But if I tell you, if you're investing 10K, we're going to take it to 50,000, but there's a chance we can lose the money. Is that a scam?
No.
Exactly.
Now you're being honest.
Now I'm being honest. So scam is a matter of not delivering what you said you're going to deliver. Then now we can look back and say, okay, scam. But you cannot look at a trader who's posting multiple different cars every week and say he's a scam. What do you mean? It's lifestyle. It's business. It's marketing. You know? It's business. Bro, you know, if there's one thing that I respect about those traders, that with the massive following and the lifestyle traders, they're very smart. It's business. I would do the same, but I have different values and morals. I would do the same. Because, I mean, most of the stuff is paid for. I don't have to pay for anything.
Okay.
You know?
So, let's play devil's advocate for a moment.
Sure.
How can I trust you?
Me?
So if I were to say from the other perspective,
Sure.
this person, they have a car,
Yeah.
they have the lifestyle, they have everything.
100%.
You know, money.
100%.
You walk around with socks.
Sure. 100%. Yeah.
You walk around with socks.
Sure.
Why should I trust you?
Well, listen, I'm going to answer that question a bit differently. It is your choice. And first of all, like I say, remember, I do whatever I want to do. Many people, always attack me for that. Oh, okay, why do you walk barefoot? Why do you walk with socks? Why do you do this?
It's unprofessional. What do you mean?
Listen.
If I'm trusting you with a course, I'm trusting you with money.
But you must understand something. Business K and K person is two different things. You see how I am? Am I in socks? No, because it's time for business. There's a time to play and there's a time to work. Mina, when it's my time to play, I'm playing, Bafo. I'm like a child. I'm playing. You're going to see me with socks. Because, I mean, what's wrong with it? It's a time to play. When it's the time to do business, it's a time to do business. You get it? But as a matter of a question of why should you trust me or how can you, it's a choice. I would never convince anyone. It's a choice. Because, at the same time, you don't need to trust me. You do it. People who say Forex, people who say they don't trust me because I don't show a lifestyle. Bafo, open Instagram, go into your app, go to the lifestyle traders, trade with them. It's simple. But I cannot tell you how many people say to me that, Kay, if you're posting lifestyle things, I wouldn't have done business with you. It's a matter of values. And I don't post lifestyle things, but I have connections. I have genuine relationships with my clients. And I have some of the most important people as my clients. You know why I have those type of clients? Because we're attracted to different things. So, for me, my audience is not people who are concerned about cars and what. No, I deal with proper people. I have multi-millionaires as clients. And they tell me, if you're posting this, I wouldn't have done business with you. Because they want authenticity. So it's about my audience. The reason why I don't post, you must bear in mind, Bafo, those cars that they post, it's not expensive. It's marketing. So business pays for it, right? Because it makes the business money. I could easily go down that route, but I cannot because I have genuine relationships. I have genuine people, right? And for me, business has always been a matter of relationships, right? So even those traders, they make more money than me from a business perspective because they have over 1,000 clients, but you have no connections with 1,000 clients. I've had clients wanting to, exactly. I've had clients because I have fewer clients, but the most genuine and meaningful connections. I've had clients who want to fly me all the way to Dubai, fully paid for. I've had clients who tell me that, listen, I have a deal and it's worth millions. Do you want to jump on? Why do you think I have that? Because I am authentic, right? And the authentic route takes less. We service, I think, in the Forex business, probably, my CMO would know the numbers, my chief marketing officer, between 100 and 150 clients, right? In collectively. Those other traders, they have thousands and thousands, but they do not have the same opportunities as me. I don't think anyone is telling me, listen, let's go to Dubai on the weekend, fully paid for. I don't think anyone is bringing them into rooms. I had a very important client of mine. We call them HNWI, high network individuals. Tell me, listen, I'm flying over from Dubai. I want to meet you. I want to have a meeting. I want to see you. Why doesn't he say that to those that post cars? Because he's looking for authenticity. So, I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just a matter of audience. Yeah. So I'm not looking for the audience that is attracted by cars. No. Because you'll never see me post things like that. Never. So I believe I answered your question.
So then, if you have so much money, why don't you just, buy the car? What?
Good question. First of all, who said I've got so much money? I must start there. That's one thing.
Okay.
But you see now?
Let's say I know nothing.
Okay, cool.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Okay, before we get to that, the world fascinates me. The world will look at a person, form a perspective, create a box, and then when you play outside of the box, you have the problem. You said, I have so much money. I asked you, but who said that? Then you said, I'm a trader. So people's ideology is a trader has so much money. Who created that ideology? You did. They did.
We also see the screenshots, eh?
Okay, then that's a different perspective now. If you're speaking about screenshots and you see money and you see us post those things, then sure, have that ideology. But in general, why form a box of, he's a trader, he must have this, he must have that?
But surely if you're selling courses, then you should be successful at what it is that you're doing. And to me, I wouldn't say a successful trader or one that would sell courses is someone that makes 10K a month.
Fair enough. Fair enough. The issue about the bank account, bro. I wouldn't say necessarily. Obviously, look, as much as it would be nice for flexing purposes, right? I wouldn't say it's necessary for me to disclose my bank account. But
10 more?
Eh?
10 more?
Nah. Obviously, bro, I can't.
12? 15?
Nah, bro, I'm 19, bro. I'm very young.
19 more.
No. I said I'm 19. No, bro, listen. I don't think my bank account is of importance. But look, if you genuinely, here's what I can say. If you master Forex and you learn from the right people, you can easily make above 6 figures. Right? You can easily make above 6 figures. Easily. 6 figures is nothing. And with the business also, you can make a lot of money. I can disclose this because it's past financial results. In my first year of business, I was 18 or 17, I think, I did 500,000 revenue in business. This is not trading. This is not withdrawals. This is not trading. This is revenue from sales. 500,000 from sales, brother.
Courses, from groups.
Exactly. So that's just to give you a point. I won't give bank balance details, but if you can generally build a business around trading, you can actually make more money. Because the whole thing is learn a skill, master the skill, then turn it into an enterprise. Anything that is of value should therefore be priced. And that's one thing that many people don't understand about me. I'm very business minded. I truly believe anything that is of value should be priced. That's why the youth doesn't have money today. Because you don't understand business. You're not understanding economics. Right? You're not understanding how the world works, how money should work, how relationships should work. anything. As a youth, in fact, you know how to do something. Why not price it? It's what I did. I mastered the Forex skill. I created a business around it. I attracted clients and I made money from clients. That's how the economy works. Economy is about collecting money, bro. You collect money from my pockets, I collect money from your pockets. But I have to do it illegally. And the way in which you collect money from someone else's pockets, the right way is I must have value. You know? So in my first year in business, I did 500,000 in revenue. This is $500,000 in revenue. Yeah, and I think I was 18 or 17. So that's just business alone. Now, not my personal finances or me making money. You know, that's just business. So then, what would you say is the success rate of your clients in general? Like if you were to put a percentage. That's a very good question, but you have to put more emphasis. Success rate in terms of what?
So, I believe, or I've seen on your dances, you said helping clients make their first. Was it 10 or 20?
Yeah.
20K, somewhere around there. So, out of everybody who buys the course, how many are actually making that 10?
You know, brother, that's a very good question, and I'm going to answer the question, but I'm also going to pose that we look at it differently. As a mentor, brother, I have one duty, and one duty only, is to equip you with the skills and equip you with the pathway and show you Gutibafo Yenzo Ganje. The results, I do not control. I cannot control your results. And I'm answering that very honestly because I can easily say, listen, every single client is making 10,000. But that's not true. I don't control your results. I don't control the results. I mean, you've invested in some of my programs. You've been in the Signal group where there's
but today I'm speaking as bystander.
Sure, but I'm using you as an example, right? You've been there. You know that very much results are yours. I can send 10 signals and we can hit all 10 TP. You know this, right? But then
I don't know this.
The results. Okay. But my point is, let me make the point like this. I do not control the results of clients. I can only equip you and show you the path. The rest, before, you have to do. Right? So, but now, a success rate of clients, my CMO would know that, my chief marketing officer. But I would like to, from what I've seen, you know, whenever we have internal meetings and stuff like that, it seems as if the clients who are most consistent are the clients who can show up with those results. You have to be consistent. Yeah. So I won't give a percentage. I won't lie to you. Unfortunately, I'm not a liar to paint myself to be something that I'm not. So yeah, now I don't know percentage. My CMO would know. He's the chief marketing officer, deals with clients and everything. But again, like I say, is that it's a matter of, bro, I cannot control the results. I equip you and I give you the skill set. And that's it.
So then, all the people that fail at Forex, is there like one main thing that you've noticed, or is there like a reason why people
100%
fail?
One thing, big word, inconsistency. When I started trading before, the reason why, I always say this a lot to people, time is ahead of us. You get ahead of time by working twice as hard and showing up twice as fast, right? Like you need to constantly show up. Me, before, I funded my trading account, whether or not I liked it or not. People do this. Trading day starts from Monday to Friday. They lose on Monday, Tuesday, doesn't want to fund. Wednesday, doesn't want to fund. Oh, I'm going to fund next week. Forex is a showing up game. You know exactly what I'm speaking about. So, you know exactly what I'm speaking about. You have to show up. I funded my account whether or not I liked it or not, right? You're quite massive, gym. You go to the gym whether or not you like it or not. Why? Because you know that, listen, I have results that I need to attain. You get it? So the main thing why people are not successful in trading and Forex in general, right, is two. Number one is inconsistency. Number two, Forex is simple, bro. If you're not informed, you're going to be deformed. You need the right information. And I can assure you the right information isn't in influencers. It's in traders, not influencers. Exactly. This is why people who sign up for my course actually get to actually make money. My students can predict directions, predict how the market is going to move. You know this, as much as we don't want to put it out there, but you know this. You are stunning.
I support it 100%, but obviously
100%. 100%.
Unbiased today.
100%. But you know this. You can do that. You can successfully predict things. Others who sign up for other people's courses, influencers, cannot successfully predict things. And it's not a matter of them. It's just they business people, bro. You thought you were buying a Forex course from them. No, it's selling your lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong. He's a businessman. Very smart business people. Yeah. Remember, brother, we complain a lot, but everything exists because there's a market for it. Right? So we're sitting here and looking at the influencers as a problem. The influencers are not the problem. The problem is Nina, because there's a market. These are business people, bro. Business people are lions, bro. We hungry, right? We go after things.
The dollar.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's crazy. But I get you though.
Yeah.
It makes sense. For me, it's all choice.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be responsible for your own results.
100%.
And it goes back to gym as well. Like, and you gym as well?
Yeah, I do gym. Yeah.
You recently started boxing. What is the inspiration behind that?
Ah, man, beautiful story around the inspiration of boxing. And let me start it this way, because I believe it's a lesson. Who you hang around with is so important. People do not understand that. If you have 5 millionaires around you, you counted incorrectly. You're number 6. If there's 5 foolish people around you, you counted incorrectly. You're number 6. So a part of how you achieve certain things, the easiest way is to achieve and to succeed in life is through relationships. I started boxing because I have a friend. You guys had him on the podcast, T. Solo. He's a boxer, very good boxer. Now, let me tell you how I started boxing. I did not wake up and say, I want to be like T, I want to box. No. I saw him do it, and eventually I was doing it subconsciously. You get it? It just happened. It just happened, bro. It just happened. Now, think about it. Think about it, bro. So that's the easiest way you want to prepare yourself in life. You look for the relationships, and you fit in. You fit in. This is why when certain people start to mix with me, you can see that, hey, Ubafo, he's moving different. He's making money now. Why? Because I'm making money. Things happen. So that's the thing. That I'm telling you, Bongi, I did not say I want to box. I hate boxing. I don't like it, bro. Genuine chat. But I saw him box, and eventually I started doing it. So that means if you see someone make money, if you become their friends, eventually you're going to start to make money. Now I can box. Well, I'm learning how to. Why? Because as a boxer, right? Even at the gym when we're sparring, I'm beating up most people now. Why? Because I see. Also,
and big guys too.
And big guys. You see.
Yeah.
And I'm small. Why? Because I see. If you see the way I box, it's almost like T. I did not choose to say, listen, I'm gonna copy T. No. I saw. It's influence. So that's what most people don't understand. So the reason why you're broke is because you hang around brokies. And the reason why we're rich is because we hang around rich people. You know? And it's back to the influencer type thing. It's also because of the people that I hang around with. I have genuine people who have older people than me, who have way more money than me, and we move different. And because they move different, I move different. I don't see them in the Gucci's and the what. Therefore, I'm also not in the Gucci. Gucci, Louis Vuitton. No, I'm not in that. Why? Because the people I hang around are not in that. And they're also not interested in people who are Gucci and Louis Vuitton. Because in their view, they care too much about what people think. You can sit down and say, oh, no, it's not true. But hey, listen, that's his view. That's what they want to attract. You get it? So the boxing thing, bro, Bafo, it's a matter of association. You know? You get rich by association and you get broke by association. Who you associate yourself with is so important. It's so important. And another reason why you won't see me doing lifestyle things is because when I grew up, like I say again, because of my parents, they had good reputations, and I had access to some of the wealthiest people in the country.
Yeah.
And when I saw these people before, he's not wearing any Gucci, they're not wearing anything.
Oh.
They're wearing plain clothes. And they're decent. And they have proper wealth. So I grew up seeing this. Maybe if I grew up seeing the Gucci and the Louis Vuitton, I was going to be in a Gucci and a Louis Vuitton. I don't know. But it's what I grew up seeing. The mentors that I have, people that I look up to, I don't see them in a Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I don't. Get it? So the whole boxing thing, before, it's a matter of, listen, I have a friend, T, he's a boxer, and Bob's your uncle. I started boxing. And I can tell you now, I did not decide that I want to box. It happens like this. That's why if you hang around broke friends, who wants to decide to be broke? You don't decide.
Yeah.
It's for the mere fact that you have broke friends that is going to be who you are.
Where you end up.
100%. So yeah.
Hey, I've been smiling the whole time when you were talking just now because, bro, I really feel like there's something in that.
Yeah.
There's something in creating a network
100%.
of individuals that are like-minded.
100%.
There's something about just being around people that are,
100%.
and we've spoken about this on the first podcast, when my mentor was here, bro. And that's also, what the inspiration behind Iron Gorilla as well.
Sure.
It's so that we can have these conversations.
100%.
So that I'm not, just a clothing brand or just gym.
Yeah.
We can talk about Forex. We can talk about boxing. We can talk about flipping carpentry.
Sure.
One of the other guys is an entrepreneur in carpentry. We had him on.
Yeah.
We're about to have someone else as well, a sensei.
Yeah.
T sensei maybe. Is going to be on, and I'm excited for those conversations.
100%.
And I want to talk about religion as
Sure.
well. I don't know.
I'm comfortable.
Okay, 100%. Because, that Bible verse,
Sure.
Proverbs 27 verse 17, what this whole podcast is about, is one that's very close to me, and I can see that it's way more prominent than we actually think.
Yeah.
Because just the other day, Sia Kolisi,
Yeah.
he posted Iron Sharpens Iron, and guess what? Oh, he posted that verse.
Sure.
And guess what? My mentor, who's
Yeah.
also a part owner in this, he before that,
Yeah.
he said, listen, one day, Sia Kolisi is going to be part of Iron Gorilla
100%.
as an ambassador or something. But he just said Sia Kolisi
Yeah.
is going to be, and then he posted that, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then so, bro, tell me, what is your relationship with God? And,
Don't even get me started, man.
Did you have a favorite Bible verse?
Yes. My audience does know it. My favorite Bible verse is Luke 12 verse 48. Oh my goodness. So Luke 12 verse 48 says that to whom much is given, much is expected. My brother, that Bible verse, this is, you see now that I feel like, let me just, sorry guys, I might drop a tear in along this topic of God, because wow, brother, so my journey with God has been quite interesting. I grew up in a household where Christ was first, right? Christ was first. I grew up in a household where God was first. Sunday, siyesontweni, right? No one is staying home, siyesontweni. And I grew up, I like also the churches, particularly the churches that my parents took me to, There wasn't much rules or whatever the case is, You go there, you praise the God before, So I grew up in a household. My mother's a very, 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 very powerful prayer woman or whatever the case is. She knows God like the back of her hand, right? So I grew up in that type of household. But then you're born before this thing of your relationship with you and God is something personal. The Bible says that your salvation is something that you must take up by yourself, right? With fear and trembling. It is a decision one must make. You're not going to go to heaven, or you're not going to be saved because your mother is saved, or because your father is saved, or because your father is saved, or because your friend is saved. The Bible says you must confess with your own mouth. We already know, but by confession, it is yours.
The word.
Your own mouth. You get it? So it was a matter of, listen, growing up, I was going to church because Umama no Baba said, listen, that's the family standard. Siyesontweni. That's why. Which is not bad because, listen, Bible does say train up your kids in the way that they should go. And when they're old, they won't depart from it. So I went to church, but it wasn't necessarily a decision that I was making by myself. Because when you're 6 years old, 5 years old, your parents are trying to get you into the standard. They're training you. So, yes, So yeah, I was going to church, cool. So I had a relationship with God, yeah, cool. But then when I became older, quite frankly, there was a time in grade 4 when I went to a government school. I was ministering and I preached to people at school. And I knew that Bible like the back of my hand. My favorite book of the Bible of 66 books, correct? My favorite book was Revelations, the very last one. So, cool. So yeah, that was my relationship with God. Only when I became older, I then took it with my own hands to say, listen, Father, I now confess that you are Lord of my life. I now confess that I believe in you. Not because Umama no Baba said, listen, this is who Yesu believe. No. It was now my own personal decision, which is very important because that's what God wants. God gave all of us freedom. You're not supposed to be forced, right? And trust, brother, the Bible says you need to confess with your own mouth. So you're not going to be saved 100% and believe in your heart. So you're not going to be saved because Mama no Baba is saved. It does not work that way. The law says, the Bible says, confess with your own mouth. So then eventually when I became older, I confessed with my own mouth that, okay, listen, this is the way I want to go. Jesus, and today, brother, I don't want to lie to you. Jesus is my number one. There's nothing in this world that can take me away from the love of God. And I will never depart from it. And I put God first. It's the reason why I do the things that I do, the manner at which I do them. I know that there's a Father in heaven. I know that He's watching. I've got morals, I've got values, and I've got principles, which is the problem with men today, or most people. We are deficient in those areas. People don't have morals anymore, right? People claim that money is not important, but then they do the most craziest thing for the paper, you know? So that's my relationship with God. Now it's more serious. I go to church more often. Yeah, I go to church Sundays. I go to church more often. I do youth every now and then, you know? And I surround myself with like-minded people because iron sharpens iron, you know? And I surround myself with people who can put me in the right direction also. Because I feel like that's the problem with today's relationships. Ne? No one is looking for anything difficult. No one wants to be told, no one is looking for that these days. We just want anything that's easy, you know? No one is looking for difficult things anymore. What's wrong with the generation? So yeah, brother, my relationship with God is now more serious because I made a decision and I made a choice that this is what I believe in and nothing else. I find it, you know, I was having a conversation with my CMO before, and he said to me, and we're speaking, and was like, why do you think most people don't believe in God? And I was like, brother, I don't know. And then he's like, well, listen, and I asked, why do you believe in God? And he's like, he finds it difficult to believe that there is no God, rather than to believe that
there isn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than to believe that there is. I've got many instances where I can say, hey, Baba, this one is not normal. He's there. You get it? So, yeah, bro, my relationship with God is now, it's great. It's ever evolving, you know, and sometimes I do slack off. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some sort of a perfect person. Yeah. Of course, sometimes I do slack off. But you know what helps me to get back on track? The people around me. People around me. They give me calls. But for where are you now? What's happening? You're slacking off. This is not who you are.
I haven't seen you at church. I haven't seen you at the gym in a while.
I haven't seen you at church. What up? And most people run away from those relationships. But it's so important. And I have those relationships. And again, brother, as much as people say I'm stubborn, but as much as I'm stubborn, if I'm wrong, I am the first person to apologize. If I'm wrong, I can apologize. Before, I did something wrong. Right? I'm that type of person. I take full responsibility. Right? So even this year, there was a particular point where I think I missed church twice. But the thing is, I wasn't going to, our church has an app, and we can also watch church online. On YouTube, online. Yeah. So I was tuning into the online service, and I wasn't going in the physical service. And I got comfortable with online service. And then one of my church friends, she calls me, or she sends me a message. She's like, brother, what's up? Why are you not at church? What's happening? You need to come to church. And because I'm a person who takes full responsibility and accountability, I apologized. I was like, I'm so sorry, man. Thank you for caring. I'll be there next Sunday. And I'm a man of my word. Now, most people would have been like, yeah, it's my life. No, but it's not your life, bro. It's not only about you. You know, everything that I do is for everybody else. Me being here isn't for me. The stuff I say is in my head. I've already learned. I'm hoping that someone else who's a funda is going to learn something. It's about other people. And I think that's the beauty of life. When your life now consists of more than just you, it's a beauty, man. Because we should serve other people. That's the beauty. I mean, I'm serving other people here. Right? I don't benefit anything from putting the knowledge here. It's for someone else to learn. Because I'm hoping that someone else can learn from me. So yeah, brother, that's my relationship with God. It's now more serious. And I'm happy that I have it. And my understanding in the Bible and everything is beautiful now. So yeah, I hope I answered your question.
So I think that's a wonderful note to actually close off this conversation.
Yeah.
It's been very insightful, and I feel like I also learned something as well. I feel like, hey, I need to go to sit down and study as well.
100%. 100%.
So just to close it off, is there one piece of advice that you would give to somebody that is watching this, either older or younger, doesn't really matter? Any piece of advice, or maybe your favorite quote, or anything that you just like to leave before we close it off?
A good question. I must think carefully, because I can only say this is the only chance, ne?
I mean, who knows? We'll probably have a part 2. Like down the line when the M becomes a billion.
So, wow. I think to close it off now, I'm going to close it off with my favorite scripture, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, Luke 12, verse 48, guys. Too much is given, much is expected. So in other words, for those of you who want much in life, you need to sit down and ask yourself, hey, listen, this much that I want, if I am given it, can I do what is expected of me? Because God will demand, or whoever it is that you believe in. Personally, I advocate for God, but God will demand certain things from you. Yeah. And I think also another thing is, guys, what determines the things that we get out of life is often how we use that we already have, So how you use the little things is how you're going to use the large things. So you're praying to become a millionaire, but brother, you can't even keep 10,000 in your bank account.
Jeez, yeah.
That's the biggest problem, So you need to look at certain things. But above all, who much is given, much is expected. Luke 12, verse 48. And yeah, man.
100%.
It's been good.
Well, GK, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Man. Surely, brother.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Brother.
I hope you guys have learned something from this brilliant, talented, hardworking young man. I hope God continues to bless you on your journey.
Thank you, brother.
I hope that our friendship down the line grows as well, and we can grow in other realms. Please, for everybody watching, you can give him a follow. Would you like us to maybe leave a link of your Instagram?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
So we'll leave a link down on the Instagram. If you'd like to get his course, you'd like to become a millionaire today.
No, finished. Wow, Bernie, wow.
Yeah, but so once again, thank you so much. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching this podcast. I hope it was insightful. We have many more coming, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I've been Bongi.
Okay.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.